Hey guys, what is up? Mike here. Thanks for tuning in to another video. I was just going through my emails, having a chance to go through my emails. A lot of great questions coming in. I got an email from somebody who was like, Mike, I want to get started. I want to get into UX design. I just graduated from blah, blah, blah. University. I have this portfolio. Where do I start? Do I need coaching? Blah, blah, blah. And I get what this person is asking. This person actually has some skills, have gone through maybe some courses, some training at school and all that stuff. And now it's like, where do I go from here? And this is a great question. Basically, this is the tough part. So essentially, you actually have some skills. You've taken a course, because the person in the email says, Mike, should I take your course? What should I do? Basically, this is the time when now you have to pull up your bootstraps and jump into what I consider to be the dip. All right. So basically now it's time for you to get focused and get disciplined and do the work. And what that entails is basically you getting into the flow of building projects. You have to become the owner of your own brand, of yourself, and start creating. And the way you would go about this as a UX designer is you have to create projects. And along this line of this path of, I say being in the dip, because really you're not going to be rewarded for getting in the lab, getting on your computer and just cranking out projects and working on projects. But that's basically the answer to getting started in UX design. Basically, it's you putting on your hard hat and start creating. Start doing the work. What does that mean? Start creating projects after project after project. Now, this could be a year-long process, but you get into that flow, you get into that grind, you get into that consistent habit of creating, of being a UX designer. That means you're not actually working for anybody, but you're being a UX designer yourself, and you're building personal projects. That's the flow that you need to get in, and that is what I consider to be the dip, because it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy like getting disciplined and doing things when you're not being rewarded each and every day. But the point is, when you get into that flow, and along this path, along this flow, you're spending time, 30 minutes to an hour every single day, networking, sending out, applying to jobs and things like that. All right, so you do want to set aside 30 minutes, an hour a day outside of your work or whatever it is that you're doing to network and apply to jobs. So as you're applying to jobs, and let's say you've taken an hour, you're able to block out an hour worth of time to apply to jobs and answer emails and send emails on LinkedIn. Let's say you're able to do that, and now you do that from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., right? After 9 a.m., are you going to work? Maybe you work somewhere, maybe you work retail, maybe you're in school. I don't know what it is you do. You might have some other obligations, right? For 5 hours out of the day. At some point in that day, you have to block out time to get on your grind, put on your hard hat, get on your grind, and actually create. This is you being the owner, the CEO, the founder of your dream. Basically, you start creating and you get into the flow, and you do this each and every day. Maybe you spend 2 hours working on a project. Maybe it takes you 6 weeks, 8 weeks to complete this one project, but every single day you should be on a flow. So if I came across you at Starbucks and I said, hey, how's it going? What's going on? And you told me, hey, I'm working, but after work, I'm working on projects. I'm working on a UX design project. That's exactly what you should be doing. Every single day, every single week, if somebody asks you, what are you doing? You're in the flow of creating projects, right? In the meantime, you're sending out projects, you're sending out applications, you're sending out emails, and you're networking. So your response is not, hey, it can be, hey, I'm looking for work, but you're just not sitting around twiddling your thumbs, eating chips, and watching TV, waiting for that job, to call you. No, you have to jump in and get into the dip and get into the flow, all right, of creating work and creating stuff. And at that busy moment, when you're in that flow, that's when the opportunity strikes. I always tell people, if you can get into your own flow, put your blinders on, and you get into the habit, you get into the discipline, you get into the continuous task of creating stuff, that will make you so attractive and you'll get so many opportunities coming your way. This principle can apply to anything. So if you're looking for a spouse, you're looking for a husband, like, hey, Mike, you know what? I want to find, you know, I want to get married and I want to, you know, settle down and things like that. Your job shouldn't be just twiddling your thumbs every single day looking for that spouse. Yes, you should spend 30 minutes or an hour, whatever, you know, updating your online dating profile. Maybe you go on a date this weekend and things like that. But every single day, you should be focused on improving yourself, going to work, going to the gym, being active in your lane. So when you're focused on you and you're creating and you're grinding on you, making yourself better and improving yourself every single day, week in, week out, that makes you so attractive. And along the way, they already call it serendipity, right? I guess that's the word. I don't know if that's the right word, but it comes organically, right? You might, and you know, along the lines, yes, you might be talking to friends, you might go to a party on this weekend, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, as you're in your lane, as you're on your grind, you're not focused on just twiddling your thumbs, waiting around for your spouse. You're making the moves, opportunities will come. You meet somebody at a party, they're like, wow, man, you're really ambitious. I love what you're going, got going. Let's hang out, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, you might meet that person. That's the route you got to take. So if somebody's asking me, Mike, how do I get started? I know I'm like going on this relationship tangent because I got some friends who actually, I gave that advice to straight up. But the point is, if you're like, hey, how do I get started in UX design? That's exactly how you get started. You become the owner of yourself. You become the owner of your circle, and you start creating, start grinding each and every day. It's hard to get into that flow, and I consider it a dip, because the dip is a hard place until you reach the goal of landing the job, getting that offer, right? But you get into that process and you start enjoying it. You got to get into the habit of doing it, and you'll find some pleasure out of doing those things, and you'll get better at things. People start responding to your work. People start enjoying your work. You start getting traction. Opportunities will come. But it's hard. It's like, get into the habit of building projects. Get into the habit of working on projects. Projects after projects after project after projects. Right? It never stops. And you do this while you're working retail, whatever job you have, you block out a couple hours a day. If you're really hard and you want to hustle, 4 hours a day, work at night, grind. When I was grinding in my early 20s, eyes bloodshot, you got to do what you got to do. It's your dream, it's your passion. It's up to you to find that flow. Work hard to get into that flow. Work hard to find that habit. It's not easy. It's easier said than done. But that's the answer to getting started in UX design after you have some skills. All right. What I don't think you should be doing is sitting around continuing to learn skills every single day and not taking action. Right. You've done some skills. You've done some stuff over a few years, and now you need to move. No, you don't have to take my course. But what you can do is benefit from looking at my membership, where I have tons of knowledge and tons of information on helping you improve your career, improve advice on how to approach different personal projects and things like that. Yes, you should always be learning. Spend 30 minutes a day here and there learning things. But no, you don't have to continuously take a course. You can always stay consistent at, improving, taking a nugget here and there. And that's where my membership does come in. That's why I offer it to people. If you're interested, I recommend you going to my site, ML UX Academy, and signing up for my membership, just checking it out for free for 14 days. Tons of knowledge there, tons of information there that will help you along this journey. But it's up to you to get started and start creating. All right, jump into the dip, enjoy the process, learn to enjoy the process, and find that flow. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully this was beneficial to you. Maybe you got a nugget or two from this. As I mentioned, if you're interested, if you're just now getting started, you don't have any skills, yes, my course is available for you, and that's what it's there for, to teach you, give you a foundation of UX design. You can check out my course at ML UX Academy. And if you already have the skills and you want to learn some more things and you need another push along your journey, that's what my membership is there for. All right, so check out that at mluxacademy.com. You can get started today improving your skills and boosting your journey as you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.